All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of B3, All Things MLB. Joining me today is, of course, my co-host, Brandon Paquin. And Brandon, I believe you have yet another.
We haven't been canceled
you have another special guest with us today.
I do. I have another one of my buddies. This one's from out west, though. He is a Dodgers fan. So, we tolerate him for a little while, and then we shut him up for a little bit. I'd like to personally thank him for coming on. His name is Matt, as you can see on our screen here. He's rocking the Dodgers hat. Personally say also you're welcome for your World Series, getting the best player in baseball, and us getting a bag of chicken and a bag of golf balls.
Do it all for the Mookie.
Still losing Verdugo, and now we lose Kike to Boston.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You have Mookie Betts in the World Series. I'm sorry.
I know Kike.
I don't want to feel like we robbed you. It's okay. It's fine.
No. I know Kike is not a Mookie, but he's still something.
He's something.
Yeah.
He's something.
He's something.
He's something. That's all that matters. All right. So as always, B3, we start this way every single time, no matter what. As always, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Manfred is trying to ruin the game of baseball. He is a fucking clown. He's a clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown. All these rules that are being brought back, and the one rule that we all would have been fine with, the DH, not happening.
Mm-hmm.
Not happening. And it's what the hell?
I do appreciate the implementation that we've all used as kids with the Ghost Runner. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
My next thing that I'm excited for is when he mandates that we have to have 6 infielders. I can't wait for that.
So, I don't know how I feel about the whole 7-inning doubleheaders.
I get it. I get it. It makes sense. It makes sense pitching wise.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, especially I think it was last year they implemented the whole you could have 26 guys on the roster for a doubleheader.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so that was definitely necessary, I think, just because you need pitching. If you get shelled in the first game, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that.
Yeah.
7 innings kind of makes me feel like I'm playing high school ball, but it is what it is.
True.
I get it. Let's give it a shot. I'll give him props for that. It's different, and I know that everybody is possibly trying to get the time of play down and all that. So, I get it. I still think Manfred's a joke, but I'll let him slide on this one. My opinion. But I know Ben's very heated about him because Ben don't like him. So,
dude, who is this, Trevor?
I'm sorry? No, not Bauer. No, we're talking about Manfred. We'll get to Bauer. Don't worry. I know Bauer's not your guy, especially now, who, by the way, is now on the Dodgers, and that's fine. It is what it is.
There we go. Now, I don't know what's going on with my audio today. But anyways, I got it.
It's okay, Ben. We
know
what you're talking about.
Yeah, there you go. Dude, Rob Manfred. Here's the thing. When I sit down to watch a baseball game, I'm not thinking, okay, I need to be done in 2.5 hours, or I'm going to miss Grey's Anatomy or whatever the hell I'm watching on a Sunday night.
What's wrong with Grey's Anatomy? Hold on. What's wrong with Grey's Anatomy?
I'm just picking a random ass show on ABC, Freeform, whatever the hell it's called now. I'm sitting down to enjoy a sport. I don't care. That's the unique thing about baseball is there's no timer in the NFL or NBA.
Well, you know what's funny too is they complain about time of play for baseball, but literally the NFL plays 2 seconds and stops
every time. Dude.
Yeah.
We have commercial break, kickoff, commercial break. What the hell is that?
Yeah. I do get I get it. A lot of people have rituals that take forever. I always remember watching Nomar as a kid and him taking 25 seconds to do his routine.
I get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole pitch clock, I get that and all that. Those are things that needed to be implemented. I'm not a huge fan of restricting mound visits, but I get it. To me, it kind of ruins the strategic part of the game, but it is what it is.
See,
when you start throwing in rules that change how you can strategize in a game, that I don't like.
No,
See, part of me is
absolutely.
I'm a fan of the hitter limit for like relievers. You have to come in, face your 3 batters, and get out.
I
Because
didn't think I was gonna like that, but I actually did.
that shows you who's got it and who doesn't.
Yeah.
That's really separating the men from the boys in that case. So
Absolutely.
I do like that. But yeah, no, like you were saying earlier with a football game, you take the last 2 minutes of a game separated by 3 points, and those last 2 minutes will be half an hour long.
Easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but no one
easily.
complains about that.
No.
right.
So
I don't.
I think it's just I think what ends up happening, and this is my opinion on this. I'm sure you guys probably have a similar thought on this. For some reason, baseball is looked at as like this long, drawn out sport where everything else takes the exact same amount of time.
Yep.
It's just baseball fluctuates.
Exactly. It's because
You could have a game
it's like
that
a trick
goes-
on the human mind. Like there's no clock.
Yeah, like if Mark
that's-
Burley's pitching, you know the game's gonna end in an hour and a half. Like you know it.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Like it's just how it is. So
right.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I always give it a shot when they come up with a new rule, and then I determine it by halfway through the year if I like it or not. So I'll let this slide for now. But I was definitely a big fan of the DH, and I'm upset that's not a thing.
Yeah, that's
I agree.
Personally.
That's fair. All right, so I guess now is a good time to jump into our off-season outlooks. Well, I can't really say off-season. We're hopping into the preseason, like pitchers and catchers.
Yeah.
Less than a
That's
week.
true.
Less than a week. So we got the first.
Crazy.
We'll work our way today. We're doing the NL West. We're going to go through how they finished in 2020, even though it was a shit show. Because 60 games, COVID, it was just terrible all around. So first team we're going to be doing is the first place, of course, World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers, who finished 43-17.
Matt will let you run the floor on
Yeah,
this
we'll
one.
let
So
you take the
tell us
lead.
kind of what they did. I know there's one guy that went to LA that we'll talk about, I'm sure, but
Yeah. Who ruined
So again, the
their
addition of
fucking
Mookie Betts.
thanks,
So,
Matt. Thanks.
fun.
No, with the addition of Mookie Betts,
Mookie.
I mean, you can hit that guy anywhere in the top 4. Put him
You
anywhere in
can
the
put
top
him
4.
anywhere in your lineup at this point. Your whole lineup's
Yeah.
all stars.
Literally,
I mean, with having him be as hot as he was, and then having Corey Seager have the year that he had, it was like that was a great 1-2 punch right there. Pitching this year, lights out. I liked it.
Mhm.
I'm still iffy about our 5th day guy right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
You have a
our 5th and
second
4th day-
starter. Damn, we're
It's
up
just
here
weird
in
because it's
Wrigleyville. Poor change. That's Jed Hoyer, right?
I mean, we're that type of team where we can take our 4th and 5th day guys and throw them in the bullpen and just keep swapping people out, which I know makes players unhappy. Look at Kenta Maeda. Look at Ross Strickland. They didn't like that. They wanted either be starters or relievers. So, but no, I'm just I'm very happy with how the season went. I know it was a short season. I know a lot of my friends say it doesn't count, but
No, you're not a Houston Astros fan. We let this one count.
We do let this one count. We absolutely let this one count. Because when we get to the AL West episode, I have this whole rant. Like, I typed it up already. I have a whole rant for the Houston Astros.
I'm just going to put myself on mute on that episode and just let you go.
Dude, I could do a whole mini episode just shitting on the Houston Astros.
I mean, I know you're – not yet. We'll let that
Not yet. Not yet.
But Matt, I know you're talking about the rotation, but let's be honest. Yeah, Kershaw was still Kershaw this year, but he's getting there.
Oh yeah, he is. I remember.
What's his name there? Walker there is a Cy Young candidate waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which you guys just got the most friendly contract with him for 2 years possible.
Yes, we did. Yep.
That guy that you signed that
stud
trolled the Mets pretty bad. He's kind of decent.
Yeah, I gotta. My
and you have David Price coming back too, who didn't play last year.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I mean, I'm hoping David Price with his age, and he's gonna.
And then for a 5th starter, you literally get to choose between 2 of your top prospects, and Julio Urias and Dustin May.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And you have Stripling still, and you have
that is absolutely.
Stripling's in Toronto now
too. Yeah. Well, Stripling's gone.
Yeah, he went to Toronto.
Well, everybody else did too. It's okay.
What's the word on Justin Turner? What the hell is he doing?
I'm telling you, they're waiting to find out if they're going to get Bryant or not. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Well, I saw a rumor today about Bryant, which is why I asked.
What was that rumor?
I don't know. I was just because it was like why I'm asking. Like I saw another thing today, like Justin Turner maybe going to Atlanta, and like it was like a Cubs fan article.
I honestly would be shocked if he left the Dodgers.
I was hoping they would wait until they finally structured out Bauer's contract, just to say, here's what we can do for you now.
That makes sense.
That makes sense, but pitching wasn't their problem. So,
because I'm sure Justin was like, I saw how much money you guys gave him. Now I'm ready to restructure and be like, I want this much for this many years. Because I know he wants to do a 3 to 4 year deal and then end his career.
The thing with Turner, he's only 34.
Yeah, so this would be it for him.
Yeah, so this is his last deal. So like, I get it.
Yeah.
And a guy like that, unfortunately, like he's gonna have to play every day because again, the DH is not a thing. If the DH was a thing, okay, maybe I would give him 4 years with no problem. But you know, and and the good thing with him too, like let's say you sign him to that 4-year deal, and those last 2 years he's complete trash. That's okay. You have MVP Cody Bellinger in the lineup, MVP Mookie.
Like there's someone to pick up the slack every day.
Corey Seager's an MVP if he's healthy. You know, like I think you're okay if he's a little bit, below average or even at average. So I mean,
that's the thing too.
Oh, and you have Gavin Lux, who's also a top prospect.
Yeah.
And next year we got to do a lot of contract stuff because Bellinger's rookie contract is over. Kershaw's extension's over. Rookie contract is over.
I already know how that feels. Dude, we're gonna let everybody go up in Chicago. It's bad.
But see, here's the thing, though. But here's the scary thing, and I was actually looked this up today because I wanted to be ready for this Dodgers conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So Kershaw, Price. So let's say they don't sign Turner back. Okay.
Okay.
Hypothetically, let's just say they run with someone weird at third base. Okay. If Kershaw and Price, let's say in 2 years, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
When those contracts come up, that's when Bellinger's getting paid big, big bucks.
Yes.
So it's not like they can't do it.
It works out.
It's just how much more is Bellinger going to improve, and how much money is it going to take to get him to stay? Because if he plays like this, he's a 250 guy.
Oh, easily. He'll be making more than whatever the Rockies originally gave Nolan Arenado. No question about it.
That's my point, right?
I see him getting Bryce Harper money, honestly.
Corey Seager's going to get a busload, too, if he plays the way he has.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And Walker's going to get Cy Young worth money. So, I mean, this depends on that situation. So.
Yeah, because with the Kershaw, I mean, it's not the Kershaw of old anymore. I mean, his fastball is going down.
It's Walker now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walker is the ace. He's the face of pitching right now in LA. So
I mean, Walker's what, 24, 23 still?
I think so. Something around that.
Young. He's going to be there a long ass time.
Yeah. And Jansen probably has maybe 2 years left, and he has a big deal too. So.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like you guys can't. And in all honesty, like if you really think about it, right? Let's say Seager walks with $200 million. Wow, what a shame! You could go get Trevor Story if you wanted to.
Absolutely, exactly.
He's going to be a trade candidate this
selling
year.
Everybody half price on the dollar.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It's from the fans' perspective is, we don't want these guys to go, but at the same time, you can't pay to have 7 franchise players.
Nope.
You can't do that. It's just impossible at this point. So
yeah.
And the Dodgers have been right now. I mean, I don't want to compare them to the Yankees of the early 2000s, but like. It's kind of what's happened, except the only difference is you guys have developed most of these guys.
True.
Like
our
you guys,
farm system has been solid.
Besides Mookie, I mean, if you look at your roster, it's all guys you guys brought up. So, I mean, you can't fault them for wanting to pay their own guys, So it's just every one of you guys have panned out, and it's just a disturbing amount of money.
Right.
Exactly. Like our luxury tax is through the roof. So
yeah.
Can't cover that anymore.
Oof. At the end of the day, though, for the Dodgers, this is going to be a 100-win team this year. I think it's going to be the only 100-win team this year. My prediction for them this season is 104 and 58, easily first place in the NL West.
Yeah, I had them flat at 100. I had one other team that when we did predictions for the whole thing, I have one other team that's going to hit 100 wins, but the Dodgers are in a whole other class compared to everybody in baseball. I mean,
Yeah.
they have probably the best GM president in baseball right now.
Yep.
You guys have pretty much loaded with like every resource you can have. The Dodgers have it. Pitching, we have it. Prospects, we have it. Young, controllable studs, we have it. Superstar players, we have it. Like, there's no
outside of the
weakness on that
Padres
roster.
too, it's a just beat the shit out of the other 3 teams in the division, honestly.
It's not that hard. They're pretty good at it too. A lot of practice.
I think I saw that if Bauer does pitch, which he's going to pitch this year, it'll be the first time in MLB history that one team will have 3 MVPs and 3 Cy Youngs.
Holy
all
shit.
in the same roster.
I'll say Detroit almost had it at one point. Because there was a time where Detroit had Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, a rotation of Scherzer, Verlander, and Price in their prime.
Yep.
And they fucked that up. Classic Detroit
and they had Rick
fashion.
Porcello. So technically they had 4 Cy Young winners.
They still couldn't win it. That's fine.
No.
That's fine. I guess we'll move on to the next team, finish second.
All right.
This is – I don't know. I'm going to say this is going to be the most entertaining team for me to watch. One of, if not the most entertaining teams for me to watch in baseball this year. The Slam Diego Padres, who finished 37-23. This offseason, holy actual shit. I think they just broke.
Yeah. I mean, this is a team that, like, if you look back, I want to say, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Before the Machado signing, and they signed Hosmer, and you were just like, why?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, this is
this
random.
makes no sense.
Yep.
Yeah. And they were a team that, like, you always knew had, like, a top 5 prospect system, and you knew that they always could come up with guys, but they never were able to find that piece that could get them going. Mm-hmm. And then they signed Machado to a shocking deal.
I thought he was going to the White Sox. I honestly did.
I didn't know where he was going, but San Diego is not my top 5 choice.
No.
No.
So he goes to San Diego, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Fernando Tatis Jr. just becomes this superstar overnight, and like pretty much literally overpassed Manny Machado's career like that.
Yeah.
And like now, no one looks at the Padres and is like, "Oh, Manny Machado's." No, that's Tatis's team. Like,
oh yeah.
And they were legit last year because they made that trade for Clevenger with Cleveland.
Yeah. Well, then, and think about this too. So Clevenger's not pitching probably at all this year.
Probably not. I think he's recovering from Tommy John.
So
right?
without Clevenger, they've made a couple other moves. Yeah, he had Tommy John. So you bring in Darvish, who, yes, he's older, and yes, maybe he's not the guy you had in Texas, but like he's still a solid 2-3 starter for sure.
100%.
You bring in a guy,
he was throwing gas.
You bring in a guy,
last year.
Blake Snell, who's maybe 27, 28. I could be wrong on that. I'm ballparking that, but 27, 28, who's coming from the AL East that loves to just mash off lefties. He's going into a ballpark that is pitcher friendly.
Yep.
With a team that will actually score runs for him and not pull him in a World Series game. Like,
yeah, in a World Series game that matters.
He's going to flourish. And
thank you, Kevin Cash, for that one.
Very nasty.
Kevin Cash is an idiot.
Like, his deal is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, and they have so many other guys. Like, Chris Paddock is solid.
Well, Joe Musgrove's there now, too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, like, that rotation – and
the Avengers,
you're
dude.
most going to get Darvish for at least another year. That rotation next year, 2022, man, I don't – like, the Dodgers have a great offense, but I would not want to go to San Diego to face that rotation.
Well, they have
Darvish.
I agree.
It's going to be one of those series, too, or if it's a 4-game series, man, that's going to be on national TV every single week because you're going to have a star pitcher versus star pitcher every game.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw where if it's a 4-game series, I'll split it 2-2 because
at that point, that's what you hope for.
Yeah, you would have to hope for a 2-2 right there. You take 3-1, hell.
I mean, if you're the Dodgers and Padres, you more or less are hoping to be 500 against each other.
Yep.
And just destroy the other 3 teams.
Yeah. See, somebody told me that they think the Dodgers will still win the division by 10 games, and I'm like, no. I think
you're winning the division.
You're winning the division.
We're going to win the division.
But be closer.
I think it'd be at least like
Yeah.
3 or 4 games. It's not going to be a huge lead.
It will
No,
not
I
be
do
what
have-
it was.
I do have the
Yeah.
Padres taking that first wild card spot though.
Yeah.
Oh,
For me, what really sucks is that probably the second best team in all of baseball is probably still going to finish second in their division. That's what sucks. That really sucks for them.
Mhm.
At least,
does,
maybe not
but
statistical wise, but like a talent wise,
NL West
I would say
be-
they're the second best team in baseball.
I just remember when the NL West was kind of like before the Giants got good. It was like
Mhm.
laughable watching it because the Padres would win with like 86 wins.
We were the joke of baseball at one point.
Yeah. So
It's
like
insane.
it's kind of nice that like your division is at least 2 teams are,
Relevant.
pushing
Mega
it over the
teams.
top.
Yeah. It's cool as hell, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, outside of the Padres and Dodgers being like these juggernaut teams, the other 3 are going to be interesting. What I got for the
I mean, I will
Padres?
say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we'll get to the next team in a second.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the next team when we get there. So what do you
I
got
got-
for prediction?
Oh, my prediction for the Padres, just because they have to play the Dodgers so many times, I am going 92-70, second in the NL West.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in that
I got-
ballpark, 90, 92.
See, I gave him 97-65.
Oh, dang.
I feel
Okay.
like
I
they'll
like
still
that.
make that. Like I said, I want it to be close, but at the same time, I want to end the season going, we're good, we're fine, we're cool.
Right.
So,
Right.
but not, as a Dodgers fan, I want to kick ass.
Yeah.
Every year want to. But as a baseball fan, it's like I want to see it be competitive. I like the way the Padres are stacked up. They made the right moves they needed to.
Mm-hmm.
They got to cover the video game this year. Like they got, they did what they had to do. So as a baseball fan, I'm happy with what they did. As a Dodgers fan, bring it on. I'm ready for it. So
I mean,
like it. I
Tatis
like
is
it.
a superstar. Like he is probably, inarguably probably MVP talk this year.
I think so.
I think so.
If he
too,
carries
dude.
the Padres to somehow winning a division title, he's the MVP.
And that's the scary thing
100%.
too, is because he got brought up a little bit in the VP talks in a 60-game season. What's he going to do in 162? Now he has more games to showcase himself even more. So
Just because,
Yeah.
like the White Sox like to shit on us for the Jose Quintana trade, I do want to bring this up. Never forget, America, the White Sox gave up Fernando Tatis Jr. for James Shields. Don't forget that. That was a real trade that
And
happened.
not a good game, James Shields
Not
either.
a shitty
It's
James
like-
Shields.
Yeah.
I will never
Yeah.
let that go just because of how much shit I get for Jose Quintana. So, fuck it. I'm putting it out there. Putting it out there. It's out on the internet now. The White Sox fucked up too.
It's there.
Not just the Cubs. All right.
Imagine if he was on that roster. Oh my God.
Dude, I'm already terrified of their roster, but I'll save that for our AL Central episode.
Yeah.
I guess we can get into these last 3 teams. Probably not going to be much fun from a watching perspective.
Well,
Our next team is the San Francisco Giants, who finished 3rd place.
so with the Giants, though,
Mm-hmm.
the Giants aren't a bad team.
No, they're not. They're like
no.
they can be good one year, suck the next, and be good the next. Like it's incredible.
Like they're not bad. They're just not that good. Like
Right.
they're that team that like will probably win close to 500 ball, and there'll be an issue for the Padres and Dodgers. Not like to beat them or anything like that, but there'll be a team that'll like annoy them all season.
Right. When it's like
I
when they
could
start
see
to get a
that.
steady lead and then they come in and be like, no, we're going to cut your lead down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think
they're
those
that
are the
team
games
that
where
like
they're
will
gonna
pull out some
steal
W's.
Yeah. Or they're going to play them really close.
Yeah,
Like we're
like
talking
they're
1,
gonna
2
be a
run ball
problem.
games. Yeah. I do like that.
And they're a
I think
team
they're
that
rotating.
doesn't.
Yeah.
They're literally the Oakland A's right now of the NL.
No, they are. And I think they got a lot of bounce back guys in their rotation. I like Gausman. I think Anthony Descafani. I think that's how you say his last name. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, close
And
enough.
Alex
We'll go
Wood,
with
I
it.
think those guys are bounce back candidates this year. I like those pickups.
Speaking of pitching, I know we kind of talked about this. Is Jake Odorizzi signed yet?
I honestly don't think he has.
Hmm.
I honestly don't think he has.
Interesting.
That is very interesting.
He should sign with Boston. We need him.
He should he should sign he should sign a lot of places, but our teams won't do shit. Just
I know one of the big things for the Giants too, getting Tommy LaStella, I guess, is one of their biggest.
That's a huge pickup.
Pickups.
That's a big pickup. LaStella is a very good player.
He is.
He should have gotten paid a lot more this offseason, but obviously he was a free agent at the wrong time.
Yep.
I mean, how long did he sign? Was it a 1 year?
3 years.
Or was?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's there for 3. Okay, so he's their guy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Him and what's his name there? Yastrzemski out there in right field.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Yastrzemski.
That's pretty much all they got.
Dude, what the hell happened to Buster Posey? Did he fall off the face of the earth? Because I was looking at the depth chart today, and he's not listed.
He just didn't play.
Oh, he just okay. That's what I knew he didn't play, but I was looking at their depth chart. I'm like, where the fuck is Buster Posey? So I'm like, okay,
well, the problem is
Bart.
like with him. Yeah, but that's the thing. Joey Bart's ready.
Dude, he's only like 24 too.
You can't put Posey anywhere because you have Brandon Belt at first. Unless you put Belt in the outfield, which I really don't think they want to do.
So, do you think the Giants could jump in on this whole? Okay, now that JT Realmuto's gone, who needs a catcher? Get something
Yes
from
and
Buster
no.
Posey.
I think Posey is similar to a Yachty Sitch.
Okay, that's fair.
I just think he's that guy that you just don't let go. Kind of how Maurer was too. I feel like it's catcher. Catchers are one of those guys that Veritek was one, Posada was one, guys you just don't let go, no matter what. Even if you're in that spot where you could dump them, you just don't.
Yeah. I also think they would run into an issue where the Giants are going to value them, and then other teams just won't see it.
Exactly.
So, even if they wanted to trade him,
Belt
I don't
and
think
Brandon
they could.
Crawford already.
They should have. But
they didn't. They're pulling the Phillies right now with that core.
Yeah, they are. They're just hanging on. Putting Band-Aids on it, dude.
They give it. They're, in the words of former leadership that we have dealt with, they give us a pizza party.
Pizza party. Oh, dude! I just imagine now, what's his Gabe Kapler? He's the manager now. After a 18-2 loss, Gabe Kapler comes in with Domino's. He goes, "Sorry guys, we couldn't afford Papa John's. Here's some Domino's."
Sorry we couldn't win that one, guys, but here's some pizza.
Party. Dude,
Pizza got a sheet cake in the corner.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No.
Oh god,
bro. How about Johnny Cueto too? I think he's done. His arm is shot.
Well,
I was looking at back-to-back
Tommy John.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's had back-to-back 5.00 plus ERA seasons. I'm like, okay, 2020 is one thing, and then it was 2019 too. I'm like, oh, he's fucking done, dude.
Well, what's his age? 35 at this point?
I think he's up there, yeah. I think he's gonna play his contract out and he's done.
Yeah, he had a good run.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Overall, though, I didn't go the 500 route with the Giants. I have them going 72-90, and I'm giving them 4th place.
Yeah, I had them going in 3rd place, and I had them finishing with about 78 wins.
Okay.
So I got 3rd place, 80 and 82.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on to our 4th place finisher last year with the record of 26-34, the Fire Sale Colorado Rockies.
Yikes.
Yeah, fuck
so here's the thing. I was looking at their roster.
Yeah.
They are obviously Arenado, not there anymore, and that's a thing.
Yeah.
But Jonathan Gray's solid in the rotation.
Well, he's gonna bounce back this year. I know he sucked last year.
Trevor Story is still an all-star shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Blackmon, who's aging but is still a solid outfielder
in right field. Yeah.
Their team is not bad. It's just if you can't win with Arenado, you're not going to win regardless.
No.
So, I mean,
I don't think Story or Blackmon will be on the team come the trade deadline.
I'd be shocked. Well, Story, I think, will definitely be traded. Okay. Blackmon might not be. Just because Blackmon, if I'm not mistaken, has a couple more years on his deal, whereas
Okay.
Story, I think, is a free agent at the end of this year. I could be
so
wrong
he'll
about
be
that.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're the Rockies, you're going to put all your money into Trevor Story. If you're going to put it into one guy,
Yep.
Yeah.
it's going to go to him.
And the thing is, they're going to offer him a deal, and if he doesn't take it, they're going to dump him.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it.
It just sucks for them. Like they extend Nolan Aaron out of this huge ass contract. They're like, hell
And he's
yeah,
just like,
we
no.
took our franchise player next year. I want out. They go,
Yeah.
oh,
Well,
the
the thing is,
Pikachu
like,
meme, dude.
how can you blame him? Like, I would leave too. If like you see teams like the Dodgers and
Yeah.
the Padres getting all these guys, and your team's standing around with a can and hoping for a nickel, like
Yeah.
you got to at least try too. And I get it, pitchers don't want to come to Colorado, but still,
Yeah,
like,
dude, that's a tough sell.
then make trades. Like,
Yep.
there's a reason you get a prospect. You get them to trade them usually.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely,
I mean,
100% correct. And the fact that they gave Nolan Arenado to the St. Louis Cardinals, and they didn't even get their best prospect in return. What the fuck is that?
yeah, they didn't get Brendan Donovan.
Yeah, like what is going on? I don't get it. And I'm pretty sure they're paying some of his salary too.
Deal, yeah, that's why. The only reason why that deal did not end up the way we thought it was going to is because Colorado got forced into paying, I think, half of his deal or like something like that.
I know it was a percentage, 20 million, something.
More than I would have, but that's just me.
That's fair.
Yeah. What do you think they're limping into win total with?
I have them barely crawling over 60 wins. I put them at 61 and 101, dead last.
Yeah, I have them in dead last at 62.
See, I had them swapping back and forth with the D-backs for 4th and 5th. I got them at 70. I tried to, I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
That's fair.
Okay.
Try to be a positive guy, a positive believer for the Rockies. So I'll give them 70 wins.
That's fair. Okay. All right. And now we can get to my casual fan team, my just for fun team, who I put on when I just want to enjoy the game of baseball. I don't have to get pissed, and I can only get happy when good things happen. So America bashed the Diamondbacks, and I hate you. I hate you. Just let me have Arizona. Like, just let me have that one just for fun team, my little bubble. I have to put up with Tom Ricketts, that fraud. I have to put up with the Cubs doing stupid shit. Just let me have my one just for fun team, please. Just one. So with proper management, what?
Okay, I'm just thinking, like, in my head, like, how amazing it is, how fired I'd be to get over a team that you don't really cheer for.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, it's just a for fun team. I love it. Like, when they win, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this is a good game. When they're losing, I'm like, okay, I guess I can scroll through Facebook. Like, just put it on the background just to hear, like, the crack of the bat or the ball hit the mitt. Oh, God bless baseball. But honestly, with proper management, if they could do it the way that the Tampa Bay Rays do it, because I think they're like on the same scale in terms of like market-wise. I don't know.
Seems like it.
It does feel like it. Like, it does feel like it. And I think if they could have that same success, they would be better. I know they're never going to be as good as the Dodgers. They're not going to be the fucking Padres right now. I do think that they could be a solid third-place team with the proper management. Okay. I don't hate their rotation. I like the Mad Bum thing signing. He's not.
No, they got ass breakers still.
Dude, yeah. I like Zach Gallen and I like Merrill Kelly, how they came up last year, and they were just basically the best pitchers in the rotation. Joakim Soria, bringing that dude back from, like, I thought he was retired. Joakim Soria is like the guy where you look and he's still there. Like, he's just somehow still.
Yeah. He's like the Fernando Rodney.
Yeah. He is. And I think they needed that after they gave Archie Bradley to the Reds. They said, here, have him. Which, damn, I love that guy's beard. That was just cool. I want a beard like that someday.
I'm amazed that Assraker didn't get traded.
I am too. I really am.
Because his deal is not that big.
No. I thought somebody would have went and tried to get him for the playoff push, especially with the expanded playoffs.
Or at least just this offseason, because every team in the world needed pitching except for the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I don't know what happened because, like, this was a third-place team 2 years ago. Like, they were like 1 or 2 games away from that last playoff spot that the Brewers got, where they eventually, we got the great meme of the guy in right field or center field, and then the ball lands like 10 feet away from him, which I loved as a Cubs fan. Fuck the Brewers. But I don't know what happened. Like, we went from third place and dead last. I'm like,
the Diamondbacks are such an odd team because, like you said, like, they were so close, and then all of a sudden, like, their roster went from guys that were on the up, and then all of a sudden their players that were like guys they were looking at. For example, like a Jake Lamb just completely was awful.
Oh, absolutely. Dude.
And like I know that, do they still have Nick Ahmed at short? I'm assuming because I know he was.
I believe so.
He's probably one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball. So like, but like to me, like I know you're talking about like good management. Like I remember this team literally traded Dansby Swanson after drafting him in the first round.
Yeah.
Yep, immediately.
Like
immediately, dude. Like,
I'm sorry. Oh,
give the
and they
dude a
got Shelby Miller
chance.
for that. And Shelby Miller went 1-10 that year. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Shelby Miller's had like one. You know who he plays for now?
Dansby or Shelby?
Shelby.
Probably the Cardinals or the Cubs.
He's on the Cubs.
Yeah, well,
That's all we can do is get minor league deals. That's all we can fucking do. But
you guys went to the flea market this offseason. It's good.
Tom Ricketts is
But I mean, the Diamondbacks are that team that like somehow they'll have someone come up that's going to give them a little bit of a spark, and they'll be a solid team, but they're not going to be a team like they're going to be similar to Baltimore in like the early like mid 2000s, where like they're an okay team. They'll win ball games, but they're not going to put things together.
No.
So
they're not going to hold the trophy at the end of the year.
Absolutely not.
Not a good one.
No, maybe the MVP. We could get Nickelodeon. Or no, Nickelodeon has football. Maybe we can put them at Cartoon Network or something like that.
Adult Swim. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, God.
But, yeah, the Diamondbacks are a team that if they win 70 games, they should be happy.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry, Ben. I know that hurts you. But, like, just looking like
we might just for fun.
They have to play the Dodgers and Padres so much. Like they'll beat down the Rockies for sure. But like if they hit the 70-win plateau, like I think that should be a success for them this year. Mm-hmm. Anything after like higher than that is great, obviously. Mm-hmm. But 70 is what they should be like realistically.
They should be shooting for that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's where I had them finishing. I had them finishing in 4th, right above the Rockies. As much as that probably hurts Ben to hear, but
dude, I was drinking the Kool-Aid when I did this. You know what? Your 70-win projection. Let's up the ante. Give me 80 and 82. Give me 80 and 82. Give me 3rd place.
I don't know who's on this roster that you think is going to get them 80 wins.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe he's not on the roster yet.
Well, what are they going to trade for it? Because they don't have any of those either.
Let me dream. I don't know, dude. That's my bold take. If Ben has a bold take for the MLB season in 2021, this is it.
Boy.
This is it.
I can't wait for the next video and you come up with a different bold prediction.
Dude, I had one in at least one too. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit, you guys. Blue Jays, give me 100 wins. Oh yeah, that was my other 100-win team. Okay, I know I was on the Kool-Aid on that one. I just gotta have a Kool-Aid projection for each.
Lots of Kool-Aid this year. I'm
doing it. Ben's special drink. I'm gonna like make a cup just for these episodes. I'm gonna like tape it on the side of one of my plastic.
My
cups.
secret stuff.
It's gonna be Ben's secret stuff.
It's gonna be like Michael Jordan Space Jam where it's just water.
Yep. And you're not gonna see it until we get to the team, and I'm not gonna tell you which team it is, and you're gonna see the cup. You're gonna be, oh shit, here it comes.
Amazing. So, all right, I know you had the bold prediction for the Diamondbacks. Matt, what do you have for a bold prediction for the NL West?
As in what? Just
like something that not many people maybe are talking about that you think could happen.
Trevor Story to the D-backs. No.
Give me the Kool-Aid.
Again, I I want to see the Dodgers go back to back. You want to see it happen?
Do we
Would
though?
not be. I do. Would not be surprised if the Padres somehow squeak in there, though. I feel like the NL West will represent the National League again in the World Series.
Okay.
I would bet on that.
And then I would think, again, it's either going to be the Padres or the Braves
Yeah.
that challenge them for the pennant.
The Braves are so nasty. I can't wait to talk about the Braves because I'm all in on the Braves. So I'll get there when I get there.
Right.
But for me, like I have two kind of bold predictions on this one. First one, that if the Padres beat the Dodgers in the division, they will not make the World Series.
Okay. I like that.
So, okay. And then my second prediction is that Trevor Story will end up obviously being traded, but it'll be to a team that we do not expect.
Yes.
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
No, like I'm thinking like a team like, for example,
I'm thinking like a
remember
Miami
when
Marlins.
Manny Machado went to the
Oh,
Dodgers. No one had a clue that could happen, but Corey Seager got hurt, and all of a sudden the Dodgers were like, "Yeah, Machado for half a season, perfect."
Someone's gonna lose a shortstop and gonna need him.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I think is going to happen, personally.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think Ass Raker's being traded at the deadline this year.
You know who I could see going for Trevor Story?
Please don't say it.
But no, not the Diamondbacks. Not the Diamondbacks, not the Cubs. I'm going NL Central, though. So I guess besides my Kool-Aid Diamondbacks prediction, this will be my bold prediction. I've got Trevor Story going to the Cincinnati Reds because I think they still need a shortstop, and that's a very winnable division for anyone in it.
I know you don't
Except
like
the
this
Pittsburgh
team, but I would love to see him in Milwaukee.
No.
Yelich needs some help.
Dude, he does, especially with Lorenzo Cain sitting out. Oh, they get Lorenzo Cain back this year, so I guess
But like
that.
Trevor Story compared to Lorenzo Cain.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
You know, that's a hell of a 3-4 of Trevor Story and Christian Yelich, though.
Yeah, it is.
Dope.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe Jonathan Gray gets traded too. Maybe Colorado just gets bored this. Well, they've already traded their best player, but they might get bored in the middle of the season and just dump everybody. So we'll see.
Do a big makeup package.
Sell the team.
Yeah, just find the right team.
Sell the whole
Someone's
team.
a sucker.
Right? All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the NL West.
Yeah.
I think it is. We hit
Matt,
all
what
the
do you
teams.
think, man? How'd you enjoy being on the show?
No, this is dope. Like I've never done anything like this before.
Yeah, so obviously, like when we started stockpiling our ideas of like how we wanted to kind of do this, we started like kind of breaking down like, all right, like do we know someone in every division? And I started like thinking about it, and I was like, wait, I'm a Dodgers fan. This is perfect. Like,
and like,
and obviously you and I have
work.
had so many baseball talks. I'm sure, like so.
And like with our work location, it's hard to find like good sports conversation, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like good sports talk.
Right. So like this is dope. I mean this is awesome. You know, of course I'll talk about the Dodgers all day. I have no problem doing that. But no, I mean it's gonna be a hot take real fast. The whole Trevor Bauer thing, I want to see him succeed, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go after 1 year.
If I'm the Dodgers, I'm kind of hoping he does.
Because the way they were able to structure that contract, it's basically 3 1-year contracts.
Yep.
And he leaves after 1 year, gets 40, leaves after 2, 82, leaves after 3, gets the full package. So I think this works out best. This works out best for everyone.
What an amazing deal. He pitches for like a 60-game season, wins a Cy Young, and gets that type of deal. Unreal.
Oh,
yeah.
Amazing.
But,
amazing.
For both parties.
So depressed.
I'm just excited. I'm excited for baseball. I'm ready for it to get back.
It can't.
Me too. You know, it's weird though. Like I know we talked about this earlier, but like I don't. And this has just been this whole year, right? Like every time like the supposed season's about to start for any sport, I'm just like, okay, like when the NBA started, obviously they started late. I didn't even realize they started for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, honestly, same.
Like the NFL, obviously, because it's promoted everywhere in the world, possibly, and like on TV. So you knew they were coming back. But like baseball, like you forget that pitchers and catchers report in the middle of February.
Yeah.
Like literally before we started talking, like I didn't realize it was in the middle of February. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and spring training starts in less than a month. You know, like crazy, absolutely crazy. And who knows what type of spring training they're going to get, because last year's was all messed up. So
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen.
and baseball, baseball was the first to really deal with COVID per se.
Yeah.
How are they going to handle going from a spring training situation to traveling to different city every single, every other day in theory. So I'm interested to see kind of what we're dealing with that this year. All I know is I'm going to be throwing stuff through the wall for my fantasy baseball team because trying to pick lineups is going to be atrocious. So
yeah.
See, my big thing too is the stadium's having limited fans. Who's going to have fans? Who isn't going to have fans this year? So
I really hope Tampa has fans because I'll be there.
I'll go watch Tampa and Detroit. I don't care who they're playing. I'll go watch.
We'll do a field trip to Tampa.
Let's do double duty. Tampa and Miami this year.
Yeah, I haven't done Miami yet. We have to do Miami.
Got to do Miami.
We have to do Miami. It's a necessity.
I know. This ain't the NL East show, but God, that's such a beautiful stadium.
It is. I just wish the team would be consistent. That's all.
Yeah.
But it's what it is. We got through the NL West. I thought we were gonna get to a point where I didn't want to talk anymore because me and the Dodgers don't get along all the time.
Nope.
You hurt my feelings last year, and that's okay. But then clearly the Red Sox and Dodgers like making big trades that hurt both teams somehow, some way. So it's fine.
Good old Carl Crawford. I remember that guy.
No, that was a good one. And you guys got Manny from us too.
That's true.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
We didn't trade you Nomar, but Nomar was part of the deal too at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys traded us. I'm pretty sure you traded us Pedro back in the day. So it's great. We're just having a great.
Everything's awesome.
I know you guys did remember Nathan Eovaldi though. You guys got him, and you got you guys another World Series.
Great.
That's true. Okay. Well, that's going to wrap up our NL West episode. Y'all, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week for another
division.
Another division. We don't know which one it's going to be yet. You're just going to have to tune in and find out.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right.
Catch us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. We're everywhere now. So
we're everywhere.
Definitely try to listen. If you don't want to see our faces, try Spotify. You don't have to see our faces on there.
Get ready for my
if you
TikTok
do want to see our
rants,
faces, YouTube and Facebook is your best bet. Please make sure that you follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Because you guys are the ones that are bringing the channel to life. So it's kind of up to you guys to get our word out there. So we look forward to that. And hopefully next week it's some division. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
It's going to be a surprise.
We'll get a dartboard and just throw a dart. We'll see what happens.
That's what we're going to do. I'm going to do that right now, actually. All right. Have a great night, great day, whatever time of day you're watching this. Enjoy the rest of it.
See ya.
Yeah.